everyone, welcome to a brand new edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel toy unboxing. I am your host JD, and today I'm going to be going over and unboxing a crossover of Masters of the Universe with Transformers. That's going to be Skeletor and Megatron. As you can see the back of the figure here.
Do it again, I wasn't looking.
Roll sound.
Rolling.
Sound production, take 2.
Welcome to a brand new edition of the J&J Toy Giants YouTube channel toy unboxing. I am your host JD, and today I'm going to be unboxing the most recent, or not most recent, but a recent crossover figure with Masters of the Universe along with Transformers. And of course, this particular figure is Megatron mixed with Skeletor. This is actually made by Mattel, not actually made by Hasbro, through where the Transformers are actually normally produced through. And if you have seen, if you're an active toy collector, you have seen a bunch of crossovers recently with the Masters of the Universe. I think the first one about a year or so back was the Masters of the Universe mixed in with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And of course, you've seen WWE Elite figures mixed in with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And currently, as of right now, this recording right just before New Year's Eve, you can see a lot of the crossover of the Masters of the Universe with Thundercats. And as you guys already know me from past toy unboxings, you know I'm a big admirer and actually a big mark for Masters of the Universe. I did collect Transformers at one time at the beginning of my collecting days, but I stopped and sold all of my figures because of the fact, merely only based on the fact that Hasbro charges too much for the Transformers. I hate to say it. I don't mean to say it. I want to collect Transformers as part of my life when I was a kid. I'm always G1 for life, but that's basically the reason why I haven't collected a lot of Transformers. Unless it was a gift, I don't actively go out and buy Transformers action figures. But because this was actually a gift from my bestie, you'll know him as Zach from Spaceway TCG or Spaceway Collects on Instagram. He was actually able to find this on the clearance rack at Target. This is right after Christmas, folks, so everything is going to be on clearance. You check all your Rosses, your Targets, your Walmarts, because you may be able to find something just like this. You never know. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to the toy unboxings. If you guys are just joining us for the very first time, welcome. Thank you so very much. We do appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel. And of course, you know, we have a bunch of playlists of all other types of content, but we're going to get into this and we're going to do like we always do. We're going to let them breathe. All right, so right out of the box, you can see that Mattel spared no expense of making sure that this particular crossover figure does look like an actual crossover figure. So right off the bat, you can see Skeletor's bluish, body that he has on a regular Skeletor Master of the Universe figure. It is scale with the Masters of the Universe figures as well, so definitely you can put that in your collection with all your Motu figs. Of course, you can see that they've made the little shiny silver and of course the head sculpt of the Megatron's head mixed in with Skeletor. You can see the actual skull right there. Now the mouth does move a little bit, so you can see that. I don't know if that's by design or whatnot, but it is pretty cool. It does not transform, so one thing right out of the bat I will say, I'm not sure specifically as to what this is supposed to be about. Maybe it's just just by design, so as far as like making the figure look good. But it does come with a little indent in the back as far as weapons is concerned. This little dagger you can actually put in his C grip hands. He has 2 C grip hands. Does not come with any other hands at all, but it does come with a few weapons. So actually you see this dagger that goes in this little indent here, and then also you have the whip or the ball and chain that Megatron is famous for, but it also has a skull with horns on the front, basically to mix in with Skeletor's staff that he carries around that has a skull on it. So it is actually a really, really good figure here. It was a little stiff. when I got it out of the package. So the articulation is great on the arms, but when it gets to the elbows, that's where you see a lot of the, once you move it around a little bit, it'll probably get easier. But when I took it out, it was very, very stiff. Not sure exactly how long that this figure has been in the actual packaging, but it does have some gauntlets here, specifically for one reason. So other than the whip and the little dagger that he has for Megatron and Skeletor, there is a plasma cannon. Of course, obviously, you can't have a Megatron figure without his plasma cannon. And of course, it actually is basically a little bit mix-up of Skeletor's staff as well. The way this works is, as you can see, there's a little indent here that basically goes on the little gauntlet that he has that I mentioned earlier right here. So you basically can use that when you go into, when you're playing with the actual figure. If you're, a little kid that actually plays with the toys and not like me, who basically just collects them and, displays them, you can basically, have it on his arm. Now, it does not put too much weight on it as far as like displaying the figure. However, with every Master of the Universe figure, you know that they do have indents, peg holes on the bottom, so that can get kind of like a balance, so you can stand them up. One of the things that I also wanted to go over specifically about this figure too is that these weapons actually have a special feature as far as the crossover is concerned, because I made mention to Megatron's ball and chain that he uses against the Autobots, and of course that famous scene with G1 against Optimus Prime. And of course, I mentioned also that this has a skull, so basically that would be, Skeletor's kind of shtick. But specifically with the hands, they actually can come off. So they can't come off, right? And so with this particular figure, as far as the weapons are concerned, this right here, this can actually be taken off and put into the figure.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So as you see here, once you put the thing on, it actually attaches to his arm or his hand, and you can use that to kind of whip the other figures too. But also, this blaster, I'm going to move this back a little here. This blaster also can be used kind of like a staff. There's a point here where you can put this in one of the C grips, and there you go. You have both weapons that can be used on pretty much any of the hands, right, like so. And of course, this dagger that's on the back here that I showed earlier, that also can be put into the C grip hands as well. Oopsie. But yeah, I mean, essentially, this is actually a pretty cool thing that they've done, and I'm assuming they do that with all of the other crossovers. So that's one of the things I also wanted to go over with you as well.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I actually need a lot of Masters of the Universe stands as well, but does not come with a stand, but it does come not only with just weapons. Just like every Masters of the Universe figure that you will buy, it also always has come with a little comic here. So Masters of the Universe, Transformers by the Energon of Grayskull. So you can see there's another figure that you can get of Man-at-Arms mixed with Bumblebee. And of course, it has a little comic inside. It basically tells you the story of this particular crossover, which is pretty cool. The artwork is really designed a lot better than you normally would see with OG Masters of the Universe comics, but it serves its purpose, and I'm glad that they actually kept that and they didn't take that away from the actual figure itself. Because I actually have pretty much all of the, well, actually, I do have all of the comics that I had with all of my Masters of the Universe figures. They're actually in storage right now in New York. But that only just come with that. It's a little neat thing that I found that's on the box, that it gives you like a little, like, you know, stats. The strength, the speed, the endurance, the courage, the power, the skill of the infused Megatron armor with Skeletor. So infused with strength and now, or I'm sorry, infused with strength and raw power of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, the new armor donned by Skeletor is unyielding enough to harness both the power of Grayskull and the Energon in the universe. So you can see all of the, you know, box that are filled in as far as like what is strength, the speed, endurance, courage, power, and skill. That's actually part of the box. I just ripped it out just to see, you know, show you guys this here. And of course, it does come with an instruction manual to basically tell you all of the key points of the figure. You can see it here. And so pretty much the exact model rather of what you would find in a Masters of the Universe figure. It's pretty cool. This is actually the second crossover figure that I've collected. I kind of missed out on a bunch of them as they were being sold, but now that I was, you know, been gifted this by Zach Anastasia. Again, you can find him on Instagram with Spaceway TCG or Spaceway Collects. If you're into trading card games or trading cards, he also has some action figures, toys, and whatnot that he also sells. Funko Pops that he has the ability to sell as well. So pretty much have everything. You go send him a DM and see what he has for you. So that's a little Plupski there. The articulations on the knees are fine, and of course there's articulation in the shins, and of course up down on the feet. I don't really have any issues with this particular figure standing it up, and again, like I said before, with the plasma cannon that he has on its arm, it doesn't really have an issue standing upright. So that's actually going to be pretty good if you actually are big displaying your figures and you're out of the box collector like myself, and if you let them breathe. I mean, it's really not much that you can ask for, really. Now that I have this, you know, I'm itchy for the other ones, you know, and of course you can find them at Target. I believe this is a Target exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me if I am incorrect, but I normally have seen these over at Target. I haven't really seen any of these in Wally World. But yeah, in the comments, tell me exactly, you know, what are your favorite crossovers that you've seen over the years. Doesn't necessarily have to be Masters of the Universe with Transformers. Like I said, right now, the most recent one is the Masters of the Universe with Thundercats. And of course, prior to that was this. And then prior to that, I remember it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Masters of the Universe. And then before that, it goes a long ways back with Cobra Kai and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So those are the ones that I recollect of specifically crossovers. And it's becoming a very niche kind of want from a lot of collectors. If you like both IPs that they're crossing over, obviously it would make sense that you would buy this particular figures that are, or even if you're not really into the, you know, if you like one more than the other, it's still, if you're a completist, you have to get it. You know what I mean? I'm not a completist, thank God. I usually, I would say my method of collecting is specifically for Motu. I'll collect the standard, like He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, what was the other guy? She-Ra, the Sorceress, and all the main guys, Trapjaw, Beastman, Sorceress, Evelyn, and oh man, I'm forgetting the other guys too. I forget, but their names escape me for the moment. But you know what I mean. But essentially, I just get I don't usually go for like the other Master of the Universe figures, even though I like them. If I ever gifted them, I would never, sell them. I usually keep my gifts. People who gift me figures, I don't sell them or anything like that, or do away with them. I usually keep them. But yeah, I mean, essentially, just give in the comments of what your favorite crossovers are. If you actually really like this particular crossover, if you have it, let us know exactly which ones you have. But thank you so very much for sticking with us for a brand new toy unboxing brought to you by J&J Toy Giants. Again, I am your host, JD. Be sure to like and subscribe and also comment on any of our video submissions on YouTube, Patreon, X, Instagram, and Facebook, and follow us on TikTok. Also follow us on Twitch. Skeletor, Megatron, what do you tell them? What do they say? As always, keep on cruising.